Welcome back to the channel. If you're here, you're serious about understanding what's really moving these markets, not just the headlines. Do me a favor, smash that like button right now and subscribe if you haven't already. We're diving deep today, and trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. Alright, let's set the stage. Hedera HBAR is sitting at 14.6 cents, and it's basically camped out on a critical support level near 14.5 cents. This isn't a new story. HBAR has been bleeding for months. We're talking a textbook downtrend with lower highs, stacking up, like a sad Jenga tower about to collapse. Every time the price tries to push past that 20 to 22 cent resistance zone, sellers show up with hammers and beat it back down. It's exhausting to watch if you're long. Now, the Bollinger Bands are telling us something important. HBAR is hugging the lower band like it's a life raft in the middle of the ocean. That's not volatility, that's sustained selling pressure. The middle band, sitting around 17.8 cents, has flipped from support to resistance. Translation? Even if HBAR bounces, it's got a tough ceiling to crack. Sellers are in the driver's seat, and they're not slowing down. But here's where it gets interesting. The RSI is at 35, which means we're approaching oversold territory. Not quite there yet, but close. Buyers are weak, momentum is fading, and the MACD is still underwater, below both its signal line and the zero line. The histogram shows a tiny bit of relief, like the negative bars are shrinking slightly, but don't pop the champagne yet. The awesome oscillator is still flashing red bars, screaming bearish sentiment. So what happens if 14.5 cents breaks? Well, analysts are eyeing 13.8 cents as the next stop on this pain train. That's another 5% drop from here, and honestly, in a market this week, it wouldn't shock anyone. But, and this is a big but, if that 14.5 cent level holds, we could see a short-term bounce, maybe up to 16 cents, maybe even a test of that 17.8 cent mid-band. The question is, does anyone actually believe in that bounce, or is this just a dead cat getting ready to splat on the pavement? Now let's flip the script, because while the technicals look rough, the narratives building around HBAR are absolutely wild. According to ex-finance bull, HBAR is one of the most mispriced assets in crypto, period. That's a bold claim. But when you look at what multiple high-profile traders are saying, it starts making sense. We're seeing 2025 price targets ranging from 76 cents all the way up to $3.30. Some analysts are even talking about $10 plus long-term based on breakout setups and institutional adoption cycles. Why? Because Hedera is solving real problems: real-time transaction speed, regulatory compliance, enterprise-grade security, high throughput without compromising decentralization. These aren't buzzwords. These are actual use cases that matter to institutions. Gilmore Estates is calling for a 10 times move purely based on technical patterns. Mark Chadwick thinks HBAR could break into the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. That's not small talk. That's conviction. Here's my take. The market is focused on meme coins and narratives that pump fast and die faster. HBAR isn't sexy. It's not trending on Twitter every day, but it's building infrastructure. And when institutional money starts flowing into crypto again, and it will, they're not buying dog coins. They're buying things that work, things that scale, things that governments and corporations can actually use. Hedera fits that bill perfectly. Let's talk fundamentals for a second, because this is where HBAR separates itself from 99% of the altcoin graveyard. According to ex-finance bull, Hedera just secured $408 million in ecosystem funding. That's not play money, that's serious capital, earmarked for DeFi expansion, tokenization projects, and real-world adoption. We're not talking about vaporware, we're talking about actual development with actual funding behind it. Then there's the NVIDIA partnership. Hedera is integrating verifiable AI with NVIDIA Blackwell chips. On-chain AI compute isn't some distant sci-fi concept anymore. It's happening right now. Think about that. AI models running on blockchain infrastructure with verifiable outputs. That's $1 trillion industry in the making, and Hedera is positioning itself right at the center of it. And it doesn't stop there. Real-world asset tokenization and stablecoins are launching across Australia and the Middle East. These aren't test projects. These are live deployments with regulatory approval in place. Governments and financial institutions are choosing Hedera because it's compliant, fast, and secure. That's the kind of adoption that doesn't make headlines until it's already too late for retail to get in at good prices. The foundation also just completed a major rebrand, sharpening its vision and governance structure. This signals maturity. It signals long-term thinking. It signals that Hedera isn't here to ride hype cycles. It's here to build the backbone of the next financial era. Ex-finance bull says they've watched HBAR deliver milestone after milestone while staying slept on by the masses. That resonates with me, because the best plays in crypto are always the ones nobody's talking about until they explode. Now, let's be real for a second. The chart looks terrible right now. If you're holding HBAR and you're underwater, this isn't fun. But some of the best opportunities in crypto come when technicals scream sell and fundamentals scream accumulate. That tension, that gap between price and value, is where fortunes are made. I'm not telling you to buy. I'm not telling you to hold. I'm telling you to pay attention, because if the fundamentals start catching up to the narratives these analysts are building, $0.146 is going to look like the deal of the decade in hindsight. One more thing. Momentum follows capital, and capital follows utility. Hedera is solving trillion-dollar problems with trillion-dollar partners. NVIDIA, major financial institutions, governments. These aren't crypto degenerates aping into the next Elon tweet. These are serious players allocating serious resources. And when that reality starts reflecting in the price, not if, but when, the move is going to be fast and violent. Alright, that's the breakdown. HBAR is sitting at a critical juncture, technically weak, fundamentally strong, and narratively explosive. Whether you're bullish, bearish, or just watching from the sidelines, this is one to keep on your radar. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Are you buying the dip, waiting for confirmation, or staying away entirely? I read every single comment, and I want to hear your thoughts. If you want more deep dives like this, check out the video I did on altcoin season signals, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, because we're covering the setups that actually matter, not just the noise. I'll see you in the next one. Quick reminder. This is not financial advice. Cryptocurrency is extremely volatile and risky. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, and always do your own research before making any financial decisions. Stay smart out there.